Hello guys, and welcome to another video of Tech and Pics. I hope you like what you just saw. What I'm going to do is I'm going to explain something real simple and real quick. But before I get into it, do not forget to visit my website, www.techandpics.com. It is your one-stop shop for everything technology and photography related. And also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, for I'm going to be making as much of these as possible. It'll help photographers and filmographers alike, and as I do both. Now let's get into something really important. Did you ever tell yourself, how do they get those great black bars on the top and on the bottom of the film to give it that cinematic, sort of anamorphic, quasi-cinema look? Well, it's real simple. We can do it, and today we're going to be using Vegas Pro 13. It's real simple, and there's one way you can do it if you know how to use Photoshop really well. You can just make a bar on the top, bar on the bottom. The middle is transparent, and you can just bring it into your Sony Vegas, and the transparency will be removed automatically, and you'll have a bar on the top and the bottom. Problem with that is that you cannot make the bars bigger or smaller if you want. So let's say you want to make it bigger or smaller, you have to go back into Photoshop, you have to save it, you have to work on it, you have to save it, and then you have to re-import it into Sony Vegas, and this really can take a long time. The way that I'm going to show you today is really simple, the way you can do it. And the way I'm going to show you here is something really simple where you can modify it at any time you want. Okay, and it's real simple. So basically here you have your program open, and you want to go down here. So you have Project, Media Explorer, Transitions. You want to click on Media Generators. You want to go to the solid color here, which has all these nice colors here, and you're just going to choose white, and you're going to bring it down here. You're going to drag it into your timeline right above the footage, and you're going to close that. And if you look, now it is all completely white. Well, wait, there's more. It's real simple. In order for you to get the black bars, all you have to do is you go onto the video track of this solid color. So you go over here where this little green thing is here, and you click on compositing mode. There you go. So you click on it once, and then you select multiply mask. And what this does is it completely gets rid of the white that was overlaying your video, and now you can go ahead and apply your lines. But you say, well, Carl, there are no lines here. Well, you are right, my friend. There are no lines. Well, this is here. I'll get into why this is like this in a second. The way you apply the lines, so you have your video footage. The way you apply the lines is now you click on there's three little icons here in the block where the white is located, the white solid color. You click on this event pan and crop. Okay, and what you do from here is you make it smaller like that, and as you can see, your black bars are starting to appear. Now usually whenever you go back, whenever you hold down the control key, it makes it smaller, the same size, in a way where you don't lose aspect ratio, and it's always the same aspect ratio. But here, what you are going to do is you are going to actually, so here for example, if you have the locked aspect ratio, you want to unclick that, so now you are freely to move it as you wish, and you just go, you have your little dots here in the corner, you have them in the middle here and here. You go here and you click on either the top or the bottom, it's the same, it'll affect both sides the same way, and then you just drag it up slowly, and you see the black starting to appear, the black bar starting to appear in your video. Now just like that, that looks fantastic, and I would say that already looks good. Maybe you want less of a black, maybe you want more black. I mean, there's people, I'm pretty sure that you can do it this way. And the good thing is that you can even use it as, let's say, you can even use the keyframe marks here. So let's say you go forward in the thing a little bit, and you make this larger like that. So now you want it to open. So what happens is when you go to the beginning, you see that it starts opening slowly, and this can be used as like an intro or something like that. And let's say if you want to make it like the opening faster. Now keep in mind, this is the start. So here you have a block. So this block here, it doesn't matter how long you make it. So if you make it this long, this keyframe area here you saw just got a lot longer. So this keyframe area here affects from the very start to the very end. So the very start to the very end. If I make it smaller here, you'll see that it'll move again. And it just moved again right there. So what you do is, if you want to, let's say you want to make it, longer, so it lasts longer, then you go to the beginning of the clip and you see that it's really, really slow to open up. You see it's really, really slow. It's going to take forever, but you can actually work with this, and if you want, you could even make it a million times faster, like really a fast opening up, just like that. Then you go here, you take a look at the clip, and it opens up much faster. And that you can do it faster, you can do it slower, you can do it different shapes if you want, you can do whatever you want. But today we are only focusing on the black bars, so what we are going to do is we are going to then bring it back to this position here, and I want to keep it like, let's say that looks good. I think that looks good. For me, for my taste, that looks good. Now this is a first scene. This is just randomly something that I shot. It doesn't mean anything. Now, if you remember before, you saw that there's a black line up here. Well, the black line, it's a real simple reason why the black line is up there, because this, I moved this within itself. Now, this is the great thing about editing programs, is you can move the scene up and down. So I want this scene to focus on this sign right here. The problem is, whenever you apply the black bars, it covers that sign. So here you can actually use this, and you can do it arrow keys up and down, because if you do it with your mouse, you know, it's not really correct, and you get these black bars on the side here, and you don't want that. So what you do is, you know, Control Z that, so it's perfectly, you can just move your arrows up and down on your keyboard. You can just move it in a way where, see how it gets more and more black on the top? Well, that's what we want to avoid, so we just go up until it starts moving. There you go. So you can see now the image is moving freely inside the black bars, and if you go too far, you see that it starts getting more and more of the black bar, because the image is actually moving higher than the black bar, is coming down lower than the black bar. So that is about as much as I can go, but that is great. So now I have this in the scene, and go forward here. That also looks good, but the way this was before, okay, that's pretty much centered. So I think, so let's say, for example, I want to, that's the wrong button. So let's say I also want to bring this down a little bit. So I want to, you know, bring some focus on the top of the plants that are blowing in the wind there. So that looks good right about there. Great. And the next scene, for example, is my face, horrible face. And here, for example, you can see the black lines are up here, because the way it looked before, it was cutting off a lot of my forehead. And honestly, I don't like the way it looks, so I just went here, and you can see you can easily position it up and down just like that. It's real simple. And I have now centered my face, where you can clearly see my eyes and my mouth in the middle there, and there you go. That looks fantastic. Now this is just a simple B-roll. I'm going to get into how I achieve these color grading looks in the next video, because as you can see, like if I go here and I remove the color effects, then you see that you have the footage that's flat right out of the camera. It wasn't recorded in any log 2 or log 3 or anything like that. I applied these effects which give it these, I did color grading for the whole video, so I'm going to get into that in the next video, but this is just to show you that it's really easy, and the best part is that you don't have to go back into Photoshop to modify the bars to make them bigger or smaller, things like this. The one thing that you have to keep in mind is that if for some reason you have these white bars, if it is short, like here it's shorter than the video, I don't know why this is, but I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to, you know, do it. If you go here, you will not see any of your video. I don't know why, because it's covering somehow. The only way you can see the video is if you move this here and then you go on top, and then you can now see your video perfectly clear right there. So now you see the video. If you remove that, the video disappears. So of course, if you were to add a track above that, of course this wouldn't affect the track above that, so you have free range right above that, but of course you lose the black bars. As you see, there are no black bars here. You put it down here, you now have your black bars left and right. So that is the one thing which is a little bit of a mystery, which I still haven't figured out why, but it works. It works, and it gives you those cinematic black bars on the top and on the bottom. Well guys, I really hope that this video has been useful for you. I really hope that I could really, in a simple way, explain how to get the black bars on the top and the bottom like they have in the movies. So guys, if you like this video, leave a like and leave a comment, because I read all the comments and I answer as many as I can. Actually, I answer all of them because I have a little bit too much free time sometimes when I'm sitting on the train going to and from work. And guys, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I am releasing a lot of these, a lot of things that have to do with camera, lenses, reviews. I'm just trying to put everything out there, teaching everyone the secrets that I've learned in the years of making movies. And guys, don't forget to visit my website, techapix.com. Link in the description below, link on the screen right now. It is your one-stop shop for everything photography related. So guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.